Brad Williams, XL Prime. Section 5.7, changing XL fonts. Here we have in B3 just some random information. You can grab this lorem ipsum anywhere on the web. Just Google, copy, paste. That's all I did. What the features you have available to changing fonts, the bold, italic, underline, strike through, color. You have that ability. Very simple. So let's get started. As you'll see, B3, I put a bunch of information there, just random, and I extended the width of the column in order to fit this information in. If you squeeze this information, the information does not resize. You can hit wrap title twice, or you can go up to format, fit column width, and your information will squeeze in there. What I'm going to do is show you a couple of ways to change, in this case, your fonts. We can do the same thing with formulas, but let's just stick with text. Here, what I did was I highlighted a particular area, lorem ipsum. I just hit Control underline. So let's grab some information. How about let's just go up here. And in order to make these changes, you have to go up into the formula bar, grab whatever information you want to change. Let's go to OOT. So here, OOT, EM, and click Control U, and we just underline that information. If you want to reverse it, Control Z. If you want that information bold, hit Control B. If you want to strike through, hit Control 5. And we just struck through that information. And if you want to italicize, hit Control I. And if you want to color this information, now this can be a little bit tricky, but make sure your information is highlighted. Go up to the ribbon. You're only going to be able to highlight the back end. So hit red and it will highlight the information in red. If you try to highlight the background, it won't work. You can highlight the entire background, but you cannot highlight the background separately. So for example, if I wanted this information here, volte. I don't speak Latin. Anyway, you get the point here. I cannot change this background. I can change the foreground, and that would be the actual letters. Now let's go down to column B5 and let's put a number in here, 5. And let's say we want 5 to the second power. To make this really simple, just hit equal 5. Then what we have to do is we have to go to the ribbon and we're going to have to scroll to an indicator, an icon that says symbol. And it may take you a second or two, but here we are in insert. Far right, we have symbol, click symbol, and we have a bunch of characters here. Now this is horrible. This is categorically, and I'm gonna raise Cain here. This is one of the worst layouts I've ever seen. There's no way to configure it. It is probably 1960s. And the reason being is they have all these symbols categorized, but you can't search for the information. You cannot narrow the symbol information down. You can't categorize it. It's an absolute garbage. With that being said, this is a test of patience, and I have not found, or actually I haven't searched, but I suspect there's a third-party tool out there that has a better symbol organization than this, but this is garbage. Symbols here is nearly impossible. And if you find something, you'll lose it. In other words, if I use a particular symbol repeatedly, most commonly used symbols will end up down here in this box here. But if you cycle through this information, and I guess there's 15 or so, and if I use this arrow key, this back arrow key, and I end up having to use a bunch of other symbols, then I have to go back and I have to search for this. And I don't know where the symbol is. I can't do a search. You can do character code, but I've never had success there. Or you can look up Unicode. Again, it's all foreign language, and all I want is a simple power. I want to go either add a symbol or I want to add some special character. If you have a unique feature, if you're looking at something phonetically, you can narrow this down a bit, but that's it. If you have something in Hebrew, you're going to have to go through this entire thing and find the Hebrew information. Sorry, but it angers me. This thing is so poorly organized, and I suspect it's because, well, there's not a lot of use. But being what it is, I will show you how to find some information. If you need a star, pretty simple. If you want to put 5 and then a star, you hit the star, you put insert, and now you have a star. That's simple. And that star just showed up here in this dialog box, but I want a caret. Why? Just because I want a caret. Why a caret? Because it can indicate the power sign. You can put the star. Now here's the tricky thing. If you add anything after this, continue on. So let's say I want to add a sigma signal. Now you would think there was something here I could put in. I could type in this dialog box. I could type in sigma. No way to search for sigma. Now I have to go through this higher list, try to find sigma. And I want a large sigma, not a small sigma. And now you have to go through, and it's just a waste of time. As I continue to scroll, and I'm doing this on purpose, it is a waste of time. And if you have a tip as to how I can find stuff quicker using this symbol indicator, please email me, because it just frustrates the you know what out of me. And here we go. We're just going through, and trust me, folks, I try to use my memory as best I can. Please, I'm not going to remember where this is, and you probably won't. And you can see how convoluted and how much of a mess this is. I'm just trying to find the sigma. There you go. I went through this thing, and I still have no idea. And here we are, what, 3 minutes into this? All right, there's a sigma indicator or symbol somewhere in here, but additional couple of minutes trying to find it. I've got to move on, and your time is more important than waiting for crap like this. So you get the point here. If I need to add an indicator or symbol, it's just a test of patience. Let's just grab this C here, insert it, and there you go. There's just the copyright. And if I want to take this copyright and I want to put it up above, superscript and a subscript, highlight that particular character, hit right click or hit Control 1, and you're going to see effects. And we have superscript and subscript. If you hit superscript, you can see it just took the C and raised the C. If you hit Control 1 again, you hit subscript, it will lower. If you want to remove that effect, just remove the X mark. Brad Williams, XL Prime, thanks for your time.